Nice. Finally finished. Whew, what a long day of editing. I hope people like this one. Time to take a look at the new subsume. Jade stars, huh? It looked pretty bad before it got a buff. Ours explodes, and they all take 100k damage. Oh, it triggers on everything? Like everything? Oh no. It works on Ember's 4th. It can't be that good for her, right? Ah, son of a bitch. Well, I guess welcome back to Ember. I know I literally just made a build guide for her with 6 builds that all function and are all pretty good in my opinion. This is the best one. I didn't even try it on her before I made that video because I genuinely didn't think Jade Stars was going to be good. Let's talk about the mechanics here first. And the reason why this is good. I'm just going to spawn one enemy, Manic Bombard. When you cast her 4, just a single cast will do a little bit of damage and then have this ticking AoE cloud. Right? This AoE cloud will also apply heat stacks and deal a little bit of damage and expands based on your duration. So the longer it lasts, the larger it expands up to a max. However, if you turn on Jade Stars and then hit with this, you'll notice that every time that the AoE cloud ticks, Jade Stars gets thrown out. Well, you can see that it has more than quadrupled the amount of heat stacks that have gone onto this one enemy, basically by itself. Now, the thing about this is that it will scale your heat based off of your 4's damage. Now, your 4's damage is a pretty high heat dot, so it generally will be decently high, and then Jade Stars will just stack the damage on top of all of that. If you end up getting a group of enemies like this, then you can throw your 4 out, and then turn this on, and then it does even better spreading. Well, you can tell that it's already not that much damage improved, but look at the heat dots. There's 216 of them. Now, if we pair everything together, which the immolation meter will also improve the damage of Inferno, and then we armor strip these enemies, now you can see that without anything else now past this, these enemies will likely die. You can see that just the heat dot off of a single one is over 150k. And this is a higher spamming build because of how much energy sustain we have and efficiency. So realistically, in a real situation, what you're gonna be doing is casting your 4, casting this, stripping, and then casting her 4 a couple more times. And then you can extend it again. And again. So you can see where this damage comes from. Eventually you just get tons and tons and tons of heat dots and heat stacks and all of that stuff. And then if you do the extra stacking of strength and stuff into your builds like Sling Strength and your Grimoire, and I even have Growing Power but didn't trigger it at all here, then you can see kind of where the damage comes from here. So let's just show what it looks like with a full stack of snapshotting and everything, just so that you can understand exactly why this is the best version of her. We'll do this. And then we'll apply her 1, and then we'll armor strip, and one more nuke just for good measure. And now all of these enemies will die over the course of a couple of seconds. Yeah. So essentially it just extends the heat and adds significantly more heat dots to each nuke. I've put a build together. This is the Jade Stars build. I've done a lot of testing with this, and there's a couple of things I will change for specific scenarios. So first things first, we're running 160% efficiency. We do have Seismic Bond. That's really, really powerful on her. We get 160% just by existing in the mission and having our companion hit things. Arcane Concentration will be our duration, since we're running only 73%, and usually we're going to be spam casting, so this is going to stay active. The only thing you really need the duration for, realistically, is Jade Stars and the AoEs from Inferno. These last about 10 seconds. With concentration, it'll be about 15 seconds, 20 seconds, which is actually pretty nice. We have Precision Intensify. You can swap this for Umbral Intensify if you so choose. However, I don't find that it's really that much better, considering Inferno is going to be doing the initial hit and then taking the heat inherit all entirely, so then Jade Stars' initial damage doesn't really matter all that much. I don't know which one is actually better. They both felt basically identical, so I went Precision Intensify. You can go Umbral Intensify, specifically Healing Flame, to get more overdose overguard and stuff, so that's also just another option. We're running Transient Fortitude, Growing Power, Power Drift, Augmented, Precision Intensify, Sling Strength, Grimoire, all for our strength, as well as her passive, of course, that is just kind of the way she plays, is Snapshotting Strength, Archon Vitality to stack up those heat stacks even faster through Jade Stars and Inferno, as well as Fire Blast, of course. And for our energy sustain, we've got Equilibrium and Primed Flow. I originally, and this worked totally fine, had Brief Respite and Catalyzing Shields like that. I found that unless you're going to like a crazy high level, this is totally fine because it allows you to spam cast Fire Blast more often for more overguard. To each their own, pick what you like. I like this one, so I went with it. We don't need a ton of range because Inferno's range is already incredibly high. 36 meters is just crazy good just for the range perspective. Now I know obviously it doesn't go through walls and all that stuff. Then we're stacking it off of Jade Stars. Jade Stars has a range of 50 meters as far as I'm aware to heat seek on your targets. So if you've got enemies through walls 50 meters away, they will still get hit. So that's cool. In this one, I am just going to be running my Panzervulpaphyla with this build, which is just a Seismic Bond versus whatever else. We don't even need Tenacious Bond, so you could drop it here, but I'm just going to run that. It's very simple, and then this is my Claws build. For shards, I am running 3 cast speed shards, 1 parkour, and 1 energy max. I think for this build specifically, I would drop the energy max shard and pick up a strength shard, and I would probably drop 1 more cast speed shard for strength because you don't need to be casting as often with this build. And then obviously the parkour velocity shard is just for quality of life and for fun, so you can put in 3 strength shards here if you'd like for an extra 45%. That should give her a lot more survivability and a lot more damage. Raw just should be doing way more damage. Let me show you kind of what this looks like in a mission. We're going to do this bounty here since it's level 225 to 230, just to test how much damage she does. I know it's tech rot, but that's okay. She fully armor strips enemies regardless, so considering how much you want to be spamming her Fire Blast anyway. In the Exilus slot, a lot of people don't choose to use Preparation and instead just uses energy pads and stuff to gain the initial energy that they like. You can just swap Power Drift for Preparation. It is really not that much strength that you will really even care about it, but so now you can kind of see the damage we're doing here. With Jade Stars triggering, you can see it just kind of going off. And the big cool thing that people need to remember is that these AoE clouds that deal damage also spread to nearby enemies when they touch them. So it's not like you're just doing it to one target, you're doing it to any target that touches it. So it kind of just, it acts like, if anybody knows Path of Exile, it acts like an auto spread mechanic, like auto contagion. It's surprisingly better than people think it is. The Jade Stars is just seeking out and killing these enemies. You can see it kind of just going off. And then obviously you just want to be snapshotting stuff into every ability if you can, because she kind of needs that. But also I just do it with every frame anyway, so she is a high effort frame though. Be aware, be wary of that. On bosses that it won't work because or status capping, because this only has a 4 status cap for heat, and so I'm just gonna shoot my gun at this guy. Yeah, I haven't really had any issues with energy so far in this mission, even though I've been spamming my 3 to upkeep my overguard and to drop the energy drain from my 2. So I've been spamming quite a bit, but yeah, with the 30% efficiency from Seismic Bond as well as efficiency, you're sitting at 160% efficiency average, and then you also just have a large energy max with Prime Flow, which is why I'm running it, by the way. That's why it was just way more comfortable. But the damage is absolutely there. This mission doesn't actually spawn that many enemies, but that's also why I wanted to test it here, because a lot of people think that she just doesn't have enough energy for low enemy density missions. So here we are. I just wanted to test it with a little bit less. She actually does significantly better with higher enemy count. So I think I was getting over 200 KPM with this build. But yeah, even these enemies just, you can see, I love this update with the new dot damage, because you really get to see how much damage you actually are doing. And I think that might be leading into how my enjoyment of Ember has returned, because I can actually see how much damage the dots are doing. For anybody who doesn't know what a dot is, because I do get that question sometimes, it's damage over time. That is the heat dot. Oh, and then Misery, of course. So we'll apply the heat dot to him, and then armor strip him, and then we just shoot him with a gun, like a lot of frames. That's it. You could tell I was just a little frustrated that I had immediately posted my Ember guide, and then this came out, and I didn't look at it, but I don't think anybody was looking at it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.